nice to meet you, man. Yep. Love it, man. It's regular. It's my goal of it back there.
LaVoy, pleasure to meet you.
Glad to meet you, Casey.
So we're sitting here down at the Malheur Wildlife Refuge. We made the trip down today, and our goal was to kind of get a little better idea of who the people were that were out here and what they're trying to accomplish. We think that you guys, like us, probably have been seeing a lot of different information about it, but our goal was kind of to try to get to a little bit better picture of what's really going on down here, who the people are. So LaVoy, can you tell us a little bit about what is your ultimate hope is, or what kind of your ultimate goal is with what you guys are doing here?
Well, before I do that, I just want to say, you know, I haven't seen a TV since we've been here. I've been so busy. I haven't been on the internet since we've been here. I've been so busy. And so I'm not sure exactly how they're portraying us, but my daughters, the youngest 17, the oldest 30, I have 8 of them. And they keep saying, you know, they're screaming at their phone or the TV, that's not my dad, that's not my dad, that's not him, that's not like him. And so they say, Dad, you know what they're saying about you? I said, it's okay, daughter, it's all okay. It's okay, don't worry about it, don't worry about it. And so they're plenty frustrated for me, and so I'll let them do the work, and I'll just carry on with the work. And the work, why are we here? What are we doing? It's very important. The first thing is to acknowledge what actually brought me to Harney County and to this piece of real estate, this building right here. I would never have been here had it not been for the atrocities perpetrated upon the Hammond family. That is unconscionable. We cannot let it stand.
That was kind of the event that brought it to your attention that there was something happening here in Harney County that needed some attention.
I've been watching it for a year almost. I've been watching it for a year at a distance, and I'd actually had posted and tried to bring some attention to this, and so when I decided they was going to have a little protest march rally, and put some flowers on the Hammond's door and some pennies on the I guess the sheriff's steps or whatever. I don't know what they did. So I was coming up there and I called Ammon Bundy, you know, or he actually called me and said, how are things going? He always checks in on me from time to time.
You guys have just known each other for a long time, been friends.
Well, I've known him a lot longer than he's known me, because I didn't really meet him face to face until just before the protest. See, I've been watching from a distance and following his fight with the Bill Am. And I kept asking myself, will that man stand or will he buckle like the rest? And when he finally showed grit that he was going to stand, I went down there, and the day before I shook his hand and says, Cliven, don't let him take your cows. He says, I'm not. Get your horse, be here in the morning, and so I was. And that was the beginning of a wonderful and dear friendship. I'm disappointed in the way that he's characterized, because he is a tender and kind and gentle man and stuff. And so, anyway, he called to check on me, and I told him I was headed up to Oregon to give some support to the Hammonds. And he said, well, let's carpool, and so his son Ryan rolled with me up here, and so we came up here, and we actually got and it broke down, and my truck broke down in Boise, so I had to get a rental truck. I just barely got my truck back here yesterday when my family came in, but so then we rolled in here, and we were going to do this march and stuff, and so anyway, that's what I'm getting ready to do, and that's what his brother Ryan Bundy is getting ready to do, and we have this little meeting just before the march, and he sits in, and Ammon's.
And was Cliven here at that point?
No, he's still down there taking care of the ranch and stuff. Yeah. And so anyway, we're in this little meeting. We're supposed to have a little meeting just before the march with a lot of the community people and a lot of the people that are coming up to support him. And so he's talking, and he takes the time to explain all the efforts to redress the grievance, all the political avenues he ran down trying to get attention to this, and all the efforts and the legal, the political, as I mentioned, until finally there was no more redress, no more courses to take. And he finally said to us, after going through all the litany of things that he had done over a long course of time, he says, if we allow this to stand, this will become the norm for American citizens, to be able to be thrown in jail twice for the same offense after already being adjudicated and for something so many years ago, over something so trivial, which it seems to me like is more nefarious than that, but I'll let those things come out in time, and they are in the works, the real things behind this. And so he needs to get out. His family needs to get out. The Hammonds have suffered enough. They need to get out. And so he says, can we let this stand? And so anyway, he said, we need to take action. And then he kind of explained this whole scenario, and I'm sitting there and going, okay. So I said, Ammon, let me make sure I understand what you're saying. Up to this point, us as ranchers and American citizens are being pressed by the federal government in the state and county areas where they shouldn't be. He says, we've always been defensive, trying to hold our ground, getting pushed back. He says, now you're saying this is the first peaceful step forward. Mm-hmm. And he said, yes, you're right. I go, okay. And then he says, who's with me? And there are some of the places, you know, this is just one step I can't take. I appreciate what you're trying to do, but this is too much. Mm-hmm. Had a county deputy there, and anyway, you know, he didn't say much of anything. And anyway, so I said, I rode with you Bundy boys before, I'll ride with you again. And
it's okay if we need to pause. And
okay, well, why don't you pause just a minute, and let me just with this guy. No problem.
Okay, now you can.
Okay, so we got to finish the story. So he says, who's with me? And you know, there's quite a handful that raised their hand, and so we, while Ammon says, I'll go ahead and do the protest march, or the support march, what I like to call it, and Ryan Bundy, and he kind of, him and his brother Mel took the lead and headed out. We had 4 or 5 vehicles.
Headed out to come down here.
Yeah, headed out to come here.
And how, LaVoy, if you don't mind me asking, how did the idea of this place come up? Was that somebody locally that suggested that?
This has come from Ammon. We had no idea this was coming down. And Ryan didn't even have you know, extra changes of socks.
Yeah,
so,
yeah, okay.
So anyway, but it came about, he said, through, you know, from the heart. Mm-hmm. They're just impressed that this had to be dealt with, and that this was the place that needed to be dealt with. So anyway, we're coming out here, and as you're coming out here to come to occupy a federal place, a lot of thoughts go through your mind. Sure, and so we're driving down. I'm the rear guard, and we're coming out here, and I'm thinking, you know the term crossing the Rubicon?
Yep.
Yeah. So I think we're just crossing the Rubicon. There's no going back from this, and so you're wandering, you're doing soul searching as we came by, and as I'm doing the soul searching, there's this. On the fence post of snow out there, and on this fence post is huge, beautiful bald eagle sitting there. And as we went by, it lifted up and flew, and this is about freedom. Mm-hmm. All across the Rubicon. And so here was, thank goodness, we got here, a soul here, the doors were open, key boxes are open, you know, so it was easy to come in, and it's been well provided, well stocked, and so this is a great place to work from to try to reverse the entwinement of the federal government into the county and state levels.
And logistically, you guys have been free to come and go. You're able to, you people can run into town, restock supplies.
Yes, There was a couple of nights that was very hairy. We thought, sure enough, they're coming tonight, and we shook and hugged each other and said, if we may see you on the flip side, but
of course,
you know, and you know, they're still staging at the schoolhouse. They're still bringing in more forces, and I called today to the media, says, please, let's de-escalate this. I asked the federal FBI and the federal agents to please, you know, quit occupying the school and let the children go back to school and leave. If they'll leave, the whole tensions will de-escalate even more.
Yeah.
Even more.